Hello, curling fans, and welcome back to continuing coverage of the BC U21 Curling Championships live from beautiful Comox, British Columbia. John Cullen alongside former U21 men's champion Will Sutton. And Will, this is maybe at the start of the week a final that we somewhat expected. Connor Dean against Adam Fenton in what should be a great game.
Absolutely, John. I think having Team Dean in this final is no surprise, and Team Fenton was definitely one of the top three teams coming into it. So no surprise to see both of them here in the final, both representing the Royal City Curling Club.
Yeah, it should be a good one. As you said, Will, maybe Team Dean, not a huge surprise that they are here. They of course won the Special Worlds qualifier back in the fall, and they had a pretty good run at the Canadians, actually. They went 2-3, but all three of their losses were just by a single point. So, they're a team that has that national level pedigree, and they're looking to add a provincial title to their resume as well. But Adam Fenton, of course, a BC Winter Games champion, the BC U18 champion, someone who, is also no stranger to the big game.
You said it. Both teams are really experienced, but Team Dean probably a little more experienced coming into this one. They also play on the World Curling Tour. They're a little older. They had some success playing on the tour this year and playing against some of the top men's teams in British Columbia. So both teams doing all the right things. I'd just say that what you have here is a case of Team Dean is a U21 team and Team Fenton's a U18 team. So some of those experiences are still to come for Team Fenton. But I expect both teams to be really well prepared for this game today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it should be a great game, and of course, both teams having slightly different paths to this final. Connor Dean went 5-0, undefeated in the round-robin portion of the tournament, so they got a bye to this final, and that's why they're starting this game with Hammer. And of course, yesterday we saw Team Fenton come through the semifinal, defeating Connor Kent 8-7 in what was a real back-and-forth game. And I think for Team Fenton, Will, they're probably hoping to maybe limit some of the mistakes they had yesterday against Connor Kent. They were in control of the game, and they let Connor Kent back into it. And I think if they are able to get control of this game, they definitely don't want to let Team Dean back into the proceedings.
Exactly, yeah. I think Team Dean won 8-2. In the round robin, and that was even with Team Fenton starting with the hammer. So I think for Team Fenton, it's important to get off to a good start, and by good start I don't necessarily mean scoring first, but I just mean not giving your opposition a big end early.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen these two teams have played each other twice this year, and it's been all Dean all the time. As you referenced, they beat Fenton 8-2 in the round robin of this tournament, and they also beat them 9-3 back in October in the Anita Cochran Junior Classic. So for Connor Dean, they probably feel fairly confident, like you said, playing a younger team here in Team Fenton, and one that they've had nice results against. But as we saw yesterday, Team Fenton, a great young team.
Exactly, and I think it should be noted, Team Fenton did not play in that special U21 qualifier, so they weren't in that event to play against Team Dean. And I was at that Anita Cochran, and in the round robin, we did have Adam Fenton defeat Team Dean 6-5. So
nice.
Defeating this team is not new. So I think you're right. The last couple games have been all Team Dean, but Team Fenton does know how to play against this team. They both play in a men's league, is where they get a lot of their training throughout the season. They both play at the men's league at Royal City. 3rd out of 29 teams is Team Dean. They're part of the Team Pierce crew in that league. And then 5th out of 29 teams is Team Fenton. So both these teams are, when you compare them against the men's league teams at their home club, are pretty evenly matched. So I think we're in for a good one here today.
Absolutely. So let's meet the teams here in this first end of action, as we still see Team Fenton continue to lie 2 without Hammer. That is Adam Fenton in the house right now, and as you said, Will, representing the Royal City Curling Club. 3rd is Alex Duncan Wu. 2nd is Sam Husden. Lead is Wesley Wu, and they are coached by Fuji Mickey and Brad Fenton. And those might be some names that are familiar to you, particularly when we read out the Team Dean lineup, because it has Connor Dean at skip, Josh Mickey at 3rd, Mac Ellis at second, Brennan Moore at lead, and then Brian Mickey and Greg Dean are the coaches of that team. So you may recognize the Mickey name showing up a few times in this final as, you know, Fuji coaching Team Fenton, and his grandson is on the other team, and his son coaches it. So the Mickey family, obviously long-time contributors to the game in BC, long-time success story in BC. Fuji's a former provincial champion, Brian a former world champion, so obviously a lot of experience, and Josh is a former BC junior champion as well. So lots of experience in the coaching ranks for both of these teams.
Exactly, John, and I think it's really important to note that not only is Fuji Mickey influenced these two teams a lot, he influences all the coaches in these events. He's a great coach of the coaches, as they say. Even before this event, I saw him out there training with competitors of other teams, helping them with their sweeping. So hats off to Fuji Mickey and the influence he's had on U21 men's curling and U18 men's curling over the last 8 years or so.
I like 10.
So we'll get our first look at Alex Duncan Wu here at a great game in the semifinal yesterday. Of course, he's the only member of this team that does not qualify at the U18 level. So, or no, sorry, Sam Husden is. Duncan Wu is still U18. So great young player for this team. And if he can stick here, they will be lying 3 without Hammer. But Connor Dean does have that corner guard there they might be able to use.
And I think if we wanted to say what's a key position for today's game, I really do think that third position with Josh Mickey at third for Team Dean. He brings a tremendous amount of experience, winning multiple U21 championships. And then Alex Duncan Wu, though, is the more experienced player on this Fenton team in terms of playing the back end for the majority of his curling career. So really look for that third position to be a key one today.
Yeah, we're getting a look here. It does look like Connor Dean is actually throwing third stones here.
Heel up.
So calling the game and throwing third, and Josh Mickey throwing fourth.
Thank you,
so
John.
they were trying to make a, hey, no problem. I didn't know that either. So it's the thing with the juniors, you know, you don't see them a lot throughout the year, you know, unless they play in higher profile men's tournaments, you don't really get a chance to see them too much. So, you know, they're a good young team, though.
I don't know whether to switch my key position to skip now or keep it at third. I'm going to say they're both key positions today. The back end, I think our front ends are really evenly matched, and the back ends are going to be those key positions today for us to watch.
Even if it's frozen,
not that that's taking too much of a risk.
Okay, higher is better. Just clean it.
Yeah, usually to say that it's important the skips make their shots. It's
three.
not really a you know, controversial take that you're making there, Will.
Just bite. That's good. That's good, Alex.
And so nice shot there from Alex Duncan Wu, and all of a sudden it is Team Fenton lying 4 without the hammer.
Okay, let's just get rid of it then. Even if you like. Let's give you a better release on this one.
I had a chance earlier this year to perform at the Langley men's Bonspiel, and Team Dean was in the spiel, and I ended up having dinner with them, and all 4 of them just great young guys, and 4 guys that care an awful lot about curling. They spend a lot of time on the game, and I know for the 3 of them who have never won the provincials before, they'll be eager to get their hands on that banner and get another chance at nationals. Of course, we know both of these teams are going to nationals. But you always want to go in the front door, and you want to be the team that wins the province. So these 2 teams are not going to be thinking about the nationals right now.
Okay.
Nice shot.
Yeah, nice shot there from Connor Dean. So it is now Team Dean lying 1, at least temporarily.
Yeah,
Just missed, eh?
Yeah, fresh. Let's go, baby. Let's do it. Let's go. Just 10. Yeah, you can just keep it clean. Yeah, nose is fine.
Listening in the in the pregame practice and even in the semifinal yesterday. Lots of positive self-talk from Adam Fenton that his whole team really seems to feed off of.
9-5. Yep. 9-5.
Hard.
10. Hard. 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 Hard left. Hard left.
Hard.
Any roll? Yeah.
Hard.
Great shot from Adam Fenton. We saw him make a couple of those rolls yesterday in the semifinal, Will, and he's back at it again here today.
Yeah, very nice shot.
But you could. This one? Like here? How much you guys got? Thick half?
Yeah.
What do you like, buddy? Which one do you like? Whatever you want to throw.
John, you mentioned seeing this
You
team
like
at the
12?
Langley Men's
12-5?
Bonspiel. It really is all the clubs in the Lower Mainland where these teams used to train. You've got Brennan Moore, who is out of Langley, and Connor Dean, who spends a lot of time in Delta, and then obviously many of these team members are curling out of Royal City now.
Like that, Brennan?
Important to note, though, that Port Moody and the former Quitlam Curling Club is, and the Tri-Cities area is where a lot of these curlers reside in and where they were developed. And so it takes a lot of curling clubs to develop what we're watching here today. And while they all may just be representing 2 clubs, it's probably more like a dozen that have influenced the people on the ice today and where they are in terms of providing them practice ice and bonspiels and preferential early draw times when they were maybe too young to play the late draw and all that stuff we do in the curling to make sure these teams are able to compete.
Real soft. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Curl.
So Josh Mickey looking for a hit and roll here around this guard.
Follow it. Yep. Go back. Yep. Okay.
A nice shot there from Josh Mickey.
Sorry, buddy.
Rolls partially behind cover.
Yeah, it'll be tough for Team Fenton to save their shooter here, so it might just be facing 2 on the last one for Team Dean.
Yeah, what that shot
we might
does.
even get a hair roll, but just nosing is great.
What that shot does for Josh Mickey is it
I threw great.
opens up his scoring area now. Forces Adam Fenton to chase this one in the wings, and it'll allow Josh to have an open draw to the 8-foot for his one. So nice shot there, and shouldn't be too much trouble for Adam Fenton to make it go away.
9-5. Touch more. 9-5.
Whoa. Sam.
Yep.
Sam.
We got a stick, right?
So he was asking Sam, the outside sweeper, to sweep it there to make it curl a bit, but I think the line caller was thinking it probably wasn't ever going to curl enough there, but that was just Adam hoping to get Sam to make it curl a little more after the break point.
Nose is good, boys.
So we're seeing Josh Mickey elect to hit here. Often in this scenario, skips would draw, but it's the first end. They, maybe don't know the draw weight yet. So really you just have to make sure you hit and stay here for your single point if you're Josh Mickey. So final stone here in the first end. Facing 2, Josh Mickey needs a hit and stick
10-5. Clean.
to get his team on the board.
Clean. Whoa. Curl.
Mac Ellis trying to bring this over.
Clean. Yep.
Yep, a little bit.
And it looks like he will do just that. So nice shot from Josh Mickey, but a great first end from Adam Fenton, forcing Connor Dean to 1 with the hammer. And we'll have our first look at Fenton with the hammer when we come back. You're watching the BC U21 Men's Final live on Curl BC TV and cbcsports.ca. Hello, curling fans, and welcome back to continuing coverage of the BC U21s here at Curl BC TV, cbcsports.ca. This is the men's final. Connor Dean up against Adam Fenton, and it's John Cullen alongside Will Sutton. And Will, you have to say, if your team Fenton, pretty great start for your team there in the first.
Absolutely. I think mission accomplished. They got the force to 1, so hammer here in the second end, and we see Team Fenton ignoring the rock in the top of the rings early here and throwing the corner guard. So they're looking to have some rocks in play here in 2, John.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we definitely saw that from Team Fenton yesterday. They like to have those rocks in play, and they're comfortable, you know, they're comfortable having to make maybe some big shots at the end of the end, either for multiple points or to maybe bail out the team. We saw Adam Fenton make a couple really nice draws against multiple points yesterday. So yeah, they're a team that likes rocks in play, and I love that about them. And I think too, Will, we see this often, even in, you know, provincial finals, some high pressure situations. You know, we do often see the teams at this time fully comfortable with rocks in play because they've seen the ice, they've seen the sheets, they know what the rocks are doing, and you know, they're comfortable getting right down to business right away.
Exactly. A couple of mistakes there from both leads, though. We had the overcurl on the first guard, and then an overcurl again there by Team Fenton. So Team Fenton lead Brennan. So chance here for Team Dean to put a little pressure on, and so a couple misses in a row here, and whichever team makes first here is going to put some pressure on their opposition.
Absolutely. We get a look at Mac Ellis here, second for Team Dean.
Guard's perfect. 2-3. Just a 3. Just a 3. 2-3.
Mac was a back-end player for a long time, and adapted to join this team to the front-end role, and has done a really great job of it. So I think it's a really important note for any of you younger players watching. Josh Mickey and Adam Fenton, they both used to be front-end players, and now they're skips or last rock throwers, and now we've got last rock throwers like Alex Duncan Wu, or in that case there, Mac Ellis playing front end. So it's really important to be able to play every position and really understand all aspects of this game, and not at a young age get yourself honed into any position too early.
Absolutely, and I think especially at the U21 level, you know, the important thing is finding people to play with that you like. That, you know, it's always important to, you know, cultivate those friendships on and off the ice, and you know, you want to be playing with people that you enjoy as people, but also that you want to be playing with people who are as committed as you. And I think that that's what happens a lot for these players is, you know, they play back end, and you know, maybe their front end is not as serious, or even their skip, if they're a third, you know, is maybe not as serious as they want to take the game. And sometimes you find other players who want to be as committed as you and practice and play as much as you. And in order to play with those players, you have to move down the lineup. And I think that that's something that we see a lot of U21 teams do now, and it makes these teams really good.
Exactly, John.
If you can finish. If you can tuck a piece, that's great. Yeah, go then. Hard. Hard, buddy. Hard, all you got.
So a nice start to the end here for Team Dean as they're flying one that's now buried, although it is half in the 12-foot. We were talking a little bit about the coaching earlier. Obviously, an obvious connection across the coaching table with Brian being Fuji Mickey's son, but he's also connected to Brad Fenton, the other coach of the team, as his brother Darren played for Brian as the alternate when they won the 2000 Worlds. And of course, Brad is a former men's provincial champion as well. So lots of connections between these two teams, and I'm sure for both Brad and Brian, it's you know, a real pleasure to be able to coach your kids, and especially when they're playing this well at such a high level.
Yeah, watching the coaching relationship between Brad and Fuji has been pretty amazing over the last 5 or 6 years. You see them back there. They're both doing pretty much the same thing right now, and then they'll both meet with the teams about it. So Fuji's a real coach of coaches, and Brad, it's quite an opportunity for both coaches. But I'm quite envious of Brad sometimes when I watch all of the experiences he gets to have learning from such a world-class coach in Fuji Miki.
6, 6, 7. Whoa, we're all there. 8. We're all there. Really gliding. 9. On its own.
So Connor Dean trying to come around everything here, but needs this one to stop. And it will go a little deeper than they wanted. So we'll see if Team Fenton here maybe brings the play into the house.
I can make this. Huh? Yeah, that's what I like. 10. Yeah, nose is good. Just 10. I like roll. Roll's better.
Ten.
Clean. Oh.
10.
Yep. Yep.
Adam explained what they're looking to do here.
Hard.
So looking to make the hit and roll over to the wing there.
Hard. Whoa, whoa.
Just hit a little more of that rock than they wanted to, so chance here for Connor Dean to get rid of that yellow and once again sit 2.
11. Your last one was 11-2, and it just hooked at the end a little bit, so. No, I like it. I'm just saying it hooked at the end.
Similar mentorship situation happening on Team Dean here is Brian Mickey, obviously a very experienced and world champion curler and longtime coach in the U21 ranks, is mentoring Greg Dean, who's the father of Connor Dean, who's gotten into coaching in the last 4 or 5 years, and really fully committed. And it's great to see that too. That an outcome of this team is going to be another coach in the curling community. So lots of that in this U21 age group. We see that we'll have a team coach and then an assistant coach or substitute coach, if you will. And what it really does for the teams is it just brings another person there to help manage what is a really busy season for a lot of these teams. Some of them right now competing in their third BC Championship of the year.
Yeah, same weight. You do it really good.
Yeah, it's obviously been an interesting year with the multiple Canadian Junior Championships to make up for the ones lost last year due to COVID. So that's why we saw Connor play at the Canadians back in the fall, and we'll once again try to go to another Canadian Championship in March in Stratford, Ontario, the New Holland Canadian Juniors. And as you said, the Fenton team competing at the U18 level. Unfortunately, Alex Duncan-Wu racking on the guard there. But yeah, we see them competing at the U18 level as well. I know some of these players are also going to be competing at the provincial mixed coming up. So with actually some of the ladies we'll see later as well. You know, these junior teams across sexes get to know each other quite well. And
I think so. If we guard, are they hooking?
To add one more to it, John, there's on March 3rd, we've got the BC mixed doubles also starting with 20 teams.
Oh, there we go.
So and a lot of what we see is a lot of the junior teams enter that mixed doubles open category. Obviously, the discipline is a little different, but it's a real popular with our youth teams. So we'll still have 20 teams competing in that in Langley starting on March the 3rd. So be sure to tune into the YouTube channel to watch each sheet of the action there. There won't be commentary, but we will be covering each sheet.
there you go. So, you know, if only we were 20 again, eh, Will? We could be playing in all these things. I curl once a week, and I'm dead.
I get tired just watching the YouTube stream.
So Josh Mickey looking for a little tap here. They're already lying 2. Looking to promote this rock to the button.
Okay.
And it'll just over curl slightly, but still in control of the front of the house, and only 2 rocks to come here for Team Fenton.
I like this. And then this. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So looking to make the double here and maybe get a little bit of a roll, but objective number 1 is just to kill those, or sorry, make the double on those 2 problem rocks in the control zone there in the front of the house. So
I just want to clear the front so I have a drop path.
You can say kill, Will. That's okay.
sorry,
You can say kill. You can say kill those 2 stones.
Thanks, John.
Just hair.
Yeah, don't worry. We don't have any like rock families watching this that will be offended by your.
Yeah, just the hair.
I just wanted to make sure the Granite family would be okay.
Yeah, they're still asleep. You're fine. But yes, Adam Fenton looking to make a double here, clear out the front of the rings to give himself a shot for 1.
Hard, Sam!
And he makes no mistake. So nice shot there from Adam Fenton. Would have liked to maybe stick that shooter around, but throwing that weight, that was going to be really hard to do.
Yeah, he throws those high hard ones with a lot of confidence, but just a little bit too thin there, but very close.
Yeah, I like the way you just gave us.
Good shot.
Yep, great shot. Especially early in the game, you know, you don't have to try to get too cute for 2 here. You'd never want to over curl and maybe stick right there and
So if anything, like a
leave Josh Mickey a chance to really put some pressure on. So the way this is here, Josh Mickey will just look to put this one in the top 12, maybe the top 8, just to cut down the scoring area as much as possible for Adam. But Adam will have a fairly easy shot for 1, no matter where this ends up.
If you're Josh Mickey, I think you're hoping to have Adam draw on his next shot, based on just throwing a big hit there, a bigger weight hit there. So like you said, John, put this in the top 8 foot or even top 12, and should see Adam Fenton throw a draw.
We're good, we're good, we're good. Attaboy.
Brennan Moore judging that rock very nicely to the top of the rings.
Yeah, they, like you said, Will put that in a good spot where if Adam were to nose that rock, it wouldn't be out counting the back ones. So they are forced to draw here, but a lot of room to draw, just needs full 8.
Right, second.
Yep, I got it.
As this draw is getting thrown, just a chance for us to reference the ice conditions a little bit. So ice has been very fast in Comox, really nice speed. So 14.5 might even be too much speed on this ice. So really looking to see about a 15 for most draws to the tee line, and that way your sweepers can manage it into the 4 foot. And there's nice curl from on the ice, but it is release sensitive. So you are going to get about 4 feet of curl on the draw to the button. But if you set it a little bit, or if you don't know the runway, maybe you're going down, you can be a little bit surprised.
So just trying to get it by this top rock here in the 12 foot. They will rub it a bit, but rolls in for shot rock. So nice shot from Adam Fenton. He said when he got into the hack that he's got it, and he indeed does. So we're going to be tied up at 1. Connor Dean will have the hammer when we come back. You're watching the U21 men's final live from Comox. Welcome back, folks. Continuing coverage of the U21 men's final live from the Comox Valley Curling Club in Comox, British Columbia. John Cullen alongside Will Sutton. And Will, it's been a pretty, I don't want to say cagey battle so far, but neither team with the hammer has really been able to establish any control here.
Exactly, John. Both teams, without Last Rock, have done a nice job of forcing their opposition, and both skips have really come through with some simple but pressure shots to start the game. Josh Mickey making that takeout, and then obviously Adam Fenton there making a nice draw with the help of his sweepers into the 8-foot. So nice start for both teams, I think, and everybody can take a little sigh of relief now that they got through the first two ends of this final, and should see some more good shots in the next few.
Absolutely. And speaking of Comox, British Columbia, we want to give a thank you to all of our sponsors here. This is an event where it just wouldn't simply be possible without these great sponsors: CTS Transportation, Cal Tire, Courtney Kia, Robbins and Company, Bartle and Gibson, Highland Precast, and Sure Copy Courtney. All just fantastic contributors to this final and to the tournament as a whole, and we thank them for all their support.
Stay close, still Max.
Absolutely, John. And as those sponsors came up, it reminds us that the organizing committee and the host club, the Comox Curling Club, and the Parkinsons chairing this event have done a wonderful job in not only bringing those local community sponsors into the event, but also welcoming all the teams into the curling club and the community. So thank you, Comox Curling Club, organizing committee, everybody. Great job this week at the U21 Championships. It's been great to watch.
So Brennan Moore trying to come around everything, leaves this just a little open, so Sam Husden will have the chance to chase it here. Great shot there from Sam. Tucks a piece around.
Just a tad light.
And so now we'll see Mac Ellis look for a run back here.
Yep, hard. Clean.
And he just ends up peeling the top one. I think that was probably the call. I originally thought it was the run back, but looked like they were just trying to play the peel.
Yeah, the angles are pretty good right now for Team Dean, so I think they're just going to peel for now. And, wait for Team Fenton to maybe make a move in the rings.
Two's good. Two's good. Two's good.
Go for three. Okay, Alex, it's got to curl a long way if it's one. It's got to curl a long way. Hard curl, carve it hard. Okay.
So Alex trying to bring that over, but does leave the situation pretty open here.
12?
So a chance here for Mac Ellis to get rid of this yellow and lie 3.
Clean, bud.
Nice and clean. Hello, low.
Yep. Curl. Whoa, no, straight. Hard, Josh, you gotta go.
Got to get by the top. And just a little light there, I think, from Mac Ellis.
Yeah, unfortunate
might
result
make
there.
I like tapping this.
Still not a bad situation for Team Dean, though. They're lying second, third, and fourth shot. So it's going to force Fenton into a pretty big shot here. Guard is probably the shot, but if you don't make it, you're in big trouble.
Okay. I like it
Yeah,
closer.
I think the angles are good enough right now that
Yeah.
guard is a reasonable call. Even if you came right in and froze to that rock in the top, biting the top of the 8-foot, your angles are pretty good if you're team Fenton. So even though you are going to leave some opposition rocks in the rings here, I think it's worth the risk.
2-3, 2-3, 2, 2,
Never Wesley.
2, 2, 2, 2.
Okay, just clean it. Just whoa. That's great.
Nice shot from Alex Duncan-Wu. And so I think we'll see Connor Dean just peel this here. And yeah, to your point, Will, I think the problem for Fenton is there's just not really a great hit in the rings either. There's not really an obvious hit that makes sense to, eliminate some of these Dean rocks. So could be just one of those situations where you guard for your life and hope for the best.
Yeah, if they just make the peel here, there might be an opportunity to play a hit because that guard's so high. But we'll have to have a look and see how this one works out.
Yep, a little bit. Clean. Yeah, I got it.
So no mistake from Connor Dean, and we'll see what Adam Fenton decides to do here with his first.
It does look like that yellow rock in the top 8 is fairly open right now.
Yeah, I guess that would be the other option, is you'd come down and bump that yellow one and
Exactly.
try to get rid of that blue rock at second shot. But
It's barely more.
It's still pretty early though, so maybe waiting. But, obviously putting a little pressure here to make this guard and not leave a shot to sit too.
Hard, Wesley. Curl. Hard, both of you. Hard. Not curl all the way. Hard.
Well placed.
Nice sweep from Wesley Wu to bring that one over, and I think that will certainly do the job. Two nice guards from Alex Duncan-Wu.
Yeah, buddy.
And we're going to see another straight peel here from Connor Dean.
Bill.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Clean. You're good.
And once again, makes no mistake. So we'll see if Team Fenton just decides to replace the guard here.
Okay.
And they do.
Just if it's like a 2, it's perfect. 2. Line is really important on this one. So like, even if like, we just gotta make sure that it's covering the yellow.
Just don't leave the hole and.
Yes, and make sure you're covering the yellow. Just 2, I think, is pretty close.
Okay.
So you can hear that talk there. They just would love this rock about halfway. But as Adam said, the line is the most important thing here. You just can't leave them any opportunity to get at that yellow stone.
2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Sliding ahead. A little bit west.
Just a little bit west.
Oh, you're good.
Very nice shot from Adam Fenton.
The last 3 shots have been guards and peels, John, and both teams are making it look easy.
Yeah, it's not easy, especially for Team Fenton. You know, if any of these guards aren't in the right place, they're looking at giving up a big score this end. So,
Exactly.
you know, I think we think of guards as, oh, that's just an easy shot to make, but that's not always the case. And yeah, especially when you're facing all those blues in the house. So
And if you're wondering why does Team Dean just keep peeling this rock only, is because they want to force Team Fenton into making that challenging shot, even though it's maybe something they're getting to repeat time and time again. So we'll see if they continue this tact for the rest of the end. Oh.
Well, Josh Mickey will blow that one by the guard and takes out one of his own in the process. And so now all of a sudden you're a little less nervous if you're Team Fenton, and you might even have a chance to steal here.
Yes. No, we're playing to... I know, that's what I'm saying. Just 10? Just 10.
So they're playing a hit and roll here, and the nice thing about that is if Josh happens to make something with his last one, some sort of run back or something along those lines, is at least this rock's eliminated from play, John, I think. And you can also roll this in the back 4 foot. So I think I like the call here.
Yeah, I think this is the right call for sure, yeah.
I don't think we should take too.
There's not really anything else you could do. There's not a great area to draw to, and if you try the draw and you hang it, you might end up leaving a double for Josh Mickey.
Exactly.
So I think this is the call. There's almost nowhere you'd put this in a bad spot. I don't think you can give up 2 here, really. So as long as you get rid of this, I mean, obviously if you make the roll, it's great, but job 1 just to get rid of this stone. Final rock here for Adam.
Watching, you'll notice 10 seconds is the weight being used for this hit and roll. So even though Adam throws the high hard ones really well, when he wants to make a precise hit or a hit and roll, didn't work out there, but he does defer to a more 10-second type weight.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe it was 9-5, but
both teams a little bit caught on that side of the sheet, but it could also be operator error, as they say. Could have been a release issue.
Sure. You like there? Whoa, eh? Yeah, I was thinking backliner to the hacks. Yeah, I like it.
Not an easy shot here for Josh Mickey. He's trying to come around everything here and tap this blue up.
Sounds like half weight's the call, and like you said, John, a really tough shot, but maybe there.
14. Nice and clean, you got it.
This angle gives you a good perspective of the degree of difficulty of this one, and
yeah, big shot here for Josh Mickey.
Just
back final stone. And that one will rack on the top. So a well-played end from Team Fenton, and they will steal one. They'll take a 2-1 lead into the 4th, but Team Dean will have the hammer when we come back. You're watching the U21 Junior Men's Final, live from Comox, BC. Hello, curling fans. Welcome back to beautiful Comox, British Columbia. John Cullen alongside Will Sutton on the call here for this U21 men's final. Team Dean against Team Fenton. And Will, another well-played end for Team Fenton. We talked about how Team Dean has sort of had their number the last few games, but Team Fenton looking great so far.
Really tight.
Absolutely, right through the whole lineup, looking strong, and especially the back end there. 4 really well-placed guards. I think Team Dean maybe played the simple peel too many times that last end. They were probably banking on Team Fenton maybe not making 4 perfect guards in a row, but it became relatively automatic after they had made it once. And so it might have been a case of not playing the double peel there soon enough for Team Dean. But overall, really well played end by Team Fenton, and they earned that point.
Yeah, no question about it, and I agree. You know, it's definitely something that Team Dean could have considered, but I didn't mind the straight peels either. You are putting a lot of pressure on your opponents, knowing that if they miss the guard, they're potentially going to give up 3 or 4. So, yeah, it's one of those things early enough in the game. You know, I didn't mind it, but I also hear what you're saying. It maybe would have allowed them an opportunity to get in there sooner. I mean, Josh Mickey racked on his last one. I'm not even sure that shot was there. It was really buried, and I think they maybe thought it was there for 2. I don't think it was, with the weight they were playing, I don't think that was there either. So, you know, it was, yeah, just a really well-played end from Team Fenton, and they're off to a good start here as well without the hammer, as we see Brennan Moore rack that guard.
That's fine, buddy. That's fine. Hey, big game. Yeah, I just never got to the break.
I didn't mind the weight.
Brennan Moore, long-time lead, really understands the position well. I had the pleasure of coaching him in U18s about 4 years ago. It feels like a decade ago, but he's been around a long time.
2.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing too, Will. You know, you talk earlier about U21 curlers and U18 curlers being willing to move around the lineup, and I also think it's important if you are a front end player to, you know, if you enjoy the position you play, then master that position and enjoy it. You know, I think I played second and lead for most of my career, and I think sometimes when you're younger, you think, oh, I want to be third, I want to be skip, I'm gonna eventually move up the lineup, and you know, it takes 4 guys or 4 women or whatever to have a team. And so if you enjoy the position you play and you master it, the opportunities are always going to be there for you.
Exactly, John, and like I said, at that U16, U18, you learn how to play everything. But then once you do get to that U21, U25, U30, that is when we do start to specialize a little more in our sport. And like you did, playing with Team Jonice for all those years, really mastered that lead position, and made it a great position for you.
Aw, did you just say I mastered the lead position? That's so nice.
Yeah,
Will. Thank you.
that was a compliment for you, John.
Whoa, I'm not used to that. That was very nice.
I meant it sincerely. You really owned that position with Team Jonice and the other teams that you were a part of. And I think in juniors, if I remember correctly, you kind of played back end for most of your
of
your juniors. So made that pivot in men's to be able to get on a team that was maybe playing at a higher level than you did at that junior level.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, for sure. It's something that you have to be open to when you get into the men's game. And yeah, absolutely. I started out as a third, and then I moved down to second, and then I moved down to lead, and I played lead for almost 12 years at the highest level of the game. And yeah, it's definitely something you have to be open to. And I think, you know, the key thing is just loving what you're doing when you're out on the curling ice. And you know, once I found a home playing lead, it was really felt like the position for me. I loved sweeping, so getting to be a part of all the shots from the sweeping end of things was great. And yeah, I just really loved getting the end set up and helping out my guys that way. And it's nice to see that Brennan, you know, even at this young age, has kind of done a similar thing. It's awesome to see.
Exactly. And speaking of end setups, this one's all Team Fenton to start. So looking to see if Matt can get Brennan out of jail a little bit here.
Clean. Clean. Yep. Clean. Whoa. Curl. Hard, Josh.
Get it there.
Hard, buddy. Roll the other way. It's too late, bud. Too late.
Okay. All right, boy.
So good shot from Mac there, but it should be wide open for Sam Husden, or sorry, Alex Duncan-Wu, I should say.
You like board? Okay, just board. Do you think that's good for ice?
We really want to roll in here, right?
So you hear them talking there. They really see an opportunity here to roll in, and in order to do that, they're throwing a board weight. And the reason for a board weight is it's likely going to engage the sweepers a little more than throwing a normal or a peel.
Wesley Wu is indeed engaged here. He's got to get this by that top guard. And he will, but this one actually over rolls. Tough to do in that position, but unfortunately for Alex Duncan-Wu, will roll open, and a chance here maybe for Connor Dean with the hammer to get control of this end.
I'm seeing 12.
Very good sweeping from Wesley there.
I'm seeing 12. You guys like that broom? Pretty close. If it hangs the other way.
Okay, nice and clean.
All right, boys.
So Connor Dean, his first here,
Light.
looking to navigate a port. Make a little hit and roll behind the corner guard.
Attaboy.
Really nice shot from Connor Dean there. Fully buried behind that corner guard and shot stone.
Attaboy.
Take your manage, boys.
Nice shot.
They Strava, and I was like, okay, I'm going.
Just nudge it
So
out.
good
here,
look
you
at
can roll there.
it there. That is almost fully buried.
I think back 8. Back 12. Back line then, okay. We can roll big. We can roll like here. Yeah, back
So
line.
a tough shot here, but
Back
nice
line.
opportunity for Team Fenton if they can hit about a quarter of this blue rock, and they're not trying to
Okay, just a
remove it
little
from
left.
play. They're trying to roll their shooter to a dangerous place for Team Dean behind all those
Just
guards
do.
and into the forefoot.
Easy hack, back line. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So that was the
Big
pro
overcurl
side. But
there.
they talked about, if you just nudge the guard, that's not so bad. But unfortunately, Alex Duncan-Wu getting a little more of the
Don't
guard.
even give me double hit.
They would have
Exactly,
loved
John.
to
That looks like
just
a
maybe
quarter
pick
buried
the guard
from
and
here.
roll to a center guard. Unfortunately, where they've rolled now, this actually
Well,
opens the door for Team Dean to score
Say something
3.
in hook, that's all.
Exactly, yeah. He was the tolerance there was to rub the guard, and he kind of clunked it. So exactly, a chance now for Team Dean to sit 2, and but risk here is if you ever leave it a little open, there'll probably be a double. So a good chance here, but also a high degree of difficulty in that you may leave a double for your opposition.
Like top 8 out of my hand.
Okay, nice and clean.
60 less.
5-6. Yep. 6-7.
Hard.
So Connor Dean looking for a draw to get a second point in. Mac Ellis picking it up right away.
He got it. He got it. He got it.
Got to get it around this corner guard. Really nice shot from Connor Dean there.
Other side.
Gets partly buried with the shooter and gets enough separation on those two
Probably top 4 T.
those two blues. Really good shot.
Very nice. So I guess at this point, Team Fenton has a
I think it like board right there.
couple of options. You hit this open one.
Hair less.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this gets us 1-2.
Even if we just hit and stick right there. I like board.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of room to roll there. You'd have to get really close to that top blue one to roll. So I think they just have to be careful not to get too cute with it, because if they just tick that top blue one, that's disaster. So
Exactly, John.
We can get a roll to the right. So just be close, Sam, all the way. Maybe hack. Just a hair. Yeah.
It's a good hack. Whoa, easy board, easy board.
Wesley.
Easy board.
So Wesley Wu trying to bring this
Any
over.
roll?
And it will get to nose, but
Easy 10.
Oh.
10. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
It's yours. It's your off. You're off.
Clean, Sam, Sam.
Jeez. Good dive.
You like Sam? Or do you like throwing this now?
I don't know the post a lot.
3.
There
No,
was
that's
a
not-
brief power outage. Power.
Easier.
Nice and clean. The speed shouldn't matter too much. Just start good. Okay. Didn't give it any.
Let's do it. Mine's real nice. Right here. Right here. Good. 2. Josh. Josh is rock all day.
Help it
Gotta
over.
curl him out.
Can't hurt it. Can't hurt it ever.
Gotta curl him out.
Can't hurt it ever.
Hard, Josh. Hard, go! Hard, all you got. Dig. Hard. Hard.
Okay. Fudging, eh?
Wesley. Hard, Wes. Clean, clean, Alex, clean. Clean, just clean, 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 clean. Clean, clean, clean. Yep, yep, yep.
Whoa.
Sam, great. Sam, great shot.
Mind that.
Nice and clean, buddy.
Good clean. Yep. Yes! Clean. Clean.
I think this. Sam, you like this turn or this turn?
Our turn's fine. Or, intern. Okay. Intern. For sure. It's all there, guys. All there. All there.
Yep, 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 yes! Yes! Clean, clean, clean.
Lots of room. Lots of room. Doesn't need to curl.
Line's good, line's
It doesn't need to curl. Whoa, 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 whoa. Doesn't need to curl.
Yep, yep, yep.
Oh.
Absolute shovel. I think I'm kind of leaning towards that.
Yeah.
You like 9 or you like 10? Okay, let's go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Sorry about our little delay there. The power went out in the club momentarily. We lost our internet connection, but we are back. John Cullen and Will Sutton here with you. And as you can see, it did look like Team Dean was on their way to scoring 2 in the 4th end, and they did indeed. So they're now up 3-2. But Team Fenton looking pretty good with the hammer here, Will.
Absolutely. It's good to see you, John.
You too. I thought we lost each other forever there.
Weight's close. Yep. Yep. Clean. Yep. Straight. Yep.
Whoa.
Follow
Shooter!
it. Yep.
Whoa. Yes.
Oh boy. Nice throw. Good manage. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Well. They never hurt.
Nice shot there from Connor Dean. So they're now lying 1 without hammer here in the 5th.
I think just freeze.
Another option here, based on the positioning of those stones, would be to just maybe walk up and peel that guard.
I think
It's
you gotta freeze because I don't think it'll go with the top.
you're a couple shots away from being able to remove that blue rock, and we're getting a little bit later in this end, but not to say this is the wrong call. It's just I say this is a little more aggressive than maybe what I was expecting.
Well, I think sometimes in this scenario too, Will, you think about what your opponent would do, right? So
backline, easy hack.
Going to replace the guard. So if they're going to replace the guard, then you're probably making the right call.
So real unfortunate result there. Obviously now this yellow rock can be removed, and there's going to be 2 really threatening rocks there for Team Fenton to deal with. So unfortunate result there. We talked about it yesterday, so your opposition just missed, so obviously you want to make every shot, but these ones are always nice to make after your opposition has had an undesirable outcome. And gives it right back to him there.
Yeah, you certainly didn't want to do that if you were Team Dean. And I get it, the slash was somewhat easy, but I wouldn't have minded a draw there. I think, you put the pressure on Fenton, they'd have to make a slash double, not super easy. But obviously that's easy to say in hindsight.
Really close. Six, 7.
Clean it, Wesley. Yep.
6, 7.
Yep. Whoa. It never needs to curl. Line's great. Just sit.
Wonderful shot.
Yeah, really nice shot from Alex Duncan-Wu. But it might give Josh Mickey the opportunity here to make a hit and roll in.
Intern?
Yeah, it's an intern shot. It's just, if you think you can make it through the wall.
You have to throw. See what you think from the attack.
Key thing here for Josh, obviously wants to make the hit and roll, but the key thing is ensuring he's shot rock after this. If he's not shot rock after this, like for example, if he rolls out, what you'll see is Team Dean will have an opportunity to sit another one behind that, Team Fenton will have an opportunity to sit another one behind that guard. So Josh here looking to make the hit and roll, but objective 1 is to be shot rock. So even a nose hit here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
So first stone here for Josh Mickey in the 5th.
Whoa, curl. Clean, straight, straight. Hard. Whoa, whoa, curl. Whoa.
Yeah.
Straight, straight, straight. Yes, hard.
Just got caught a little in between on the line call there. Very close from Josh Mickey.
Yeah, real nice throw and real close.
Well, we've seen that, Will, too. We saw that a few times last night in the game between Richards and Bowles. Curling off the center line, it really warps, and so it can be pretty difficult to manage the sweeping there because it's just, it curls a lot.
Exactly.
On this. Yeah, roll to the right. We're trying.
So another good opportunity here for Adam Fenton.
Yeah, would love to be second shot after this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say, would almost love to roll away from the center here.
Just, whoa. Yep. Yes. Whoa.
It's really curling. And what a turnaround. Looking like almost a guaranteed 2 for Team Fenton, and now all of a sudden, Team Dean has the chance to lie 3 with 2 of them fully buried behind a center guard.
That much.
So a little bit of execution issues from both teams this end, but a chance here for Connor Dean to place a nice, Josh Mickey to place a nice rock here and put some pressure on Team Fenton.
Yeah.
Was the call a guard, John, or in the rings?
Oh, they're coming right around, yep.
Yeah, good, good.
So chance to lie 3 without
2,
the
3,
hammer
wanna
here
go.
for Josh Mickey.
Yes, hard line. Line, kid.
Wanna
Just
go.
for weight. Just for weight.
We're
Whoa.
close. 3.
Easy.
We're close.
Curl.
4.
Hard curl.
5.
Hard curl. Hard. Whoa. Good spot, bud.
Why are we panicking, boys? Relax. Jeez.
Brendan Moore just trying to talk Josh.
I think that. Why? Do you think draw?
That'll loosen the guys up a little bit, I think.
No, I only see a half.
Good job by Brennan there.
Do you think this is everything?
Yeah, that's you know, you hear that's what happens in a provincial final. You know, it gets can get a little bit hectic, and you know, all 7 of these 8 players have never won a U21 title before.
Yes,
It's obviously a
I
prestigious
don't wanna
honor,
chip
and
anything
you're
on
starting to hear that
That's good
filter
right there.
into the curlers a little bit here. Always just that little bit of added pressure in a final. And speaking of pressure, Adam Fenton here going to need to find a good chunk of the button here to score his 1 and keep this a tie game into the break. So final
close,
stone
really
here
good
for
touchdown.
Adam Fenton.
Yep. Clean. Yep. Yep.
I get the touchdown.
Gotta go. Hard. Come on.
Looks close. Can the sweepers get it there? Can they get it there? What a sweep from Sam Husden and Wesley Wu. We'll take a look. I think they might have got it there. They
Wonderful
did
shot.
indeed. My goodness. What a shot from Adam. What a sweep from Sam and Wes. And its final has all the drama you could want. Tie game heading into the 5th end break. We're going to take 3 or 4 minutes here, but we'll be back with the second half of this U21 men's provincial final. Hello, curling fans. Welcome back to beautiful Courtenay, British Columbia, home of the Comox Valley Curling Club. John Cullen alongside Will Sutton. And Will, it has been really befitting of a U21 men's final so far. We've seen, you know, a little bit of nerves. We've seen some really nice pressure shots, and ultimately we're seeing a super close game.
And absolutely some nerves and some emotions like we'd expect in any BC final. Sorry, everyone, I was on mute there for a moment.
Yeah, Will's feeling the nerves too. He was like, he forgot to turn the mute off.
But absolutely, John, and this finals really had everything we want to see so far. And in the fifth end there, we saw a pressure draw from Adam Fenton, and he came through. So it's always nice to see pressure shots made, especially when it's in a BC junior final or provincial final of any magnitude. So I think we're in for a real treat in the last half here from both teams.
Yeah, no question about it. I think it's been a great game so far, and I think it's, you know, that it goes to show the ability of these curlers, Will. You know, you have, sometimes you have ends when you have the hammer and you just don't get things going, and you rely on your skip to make those big shots. And we've seen both Josh Mickey and Adam Fenton make those shots this game, and that's always a good sign. So it's yeah, it's going to be a great second half of the game. We're looking forward to it. And of course, as we said off the top of the show, both of these teams will be going to the Nationals in Stratford, Ontario at the end of March. BC fortunate enough to have 2 berths at the Nationals this time around. So both of these teams have booked their ticket, but only one can be the provincial champion and can go down in history, joining some of the other great junior champions in this province. And that's what these teams are fighting for, and they both want it really badly.
We can get it in. We can get it in. I think we can get it in.
And you've said it already today, John, but just a reminder to everybody, the only person on the ice that's won a BC U21 championship is Joshua Mickey. So he's going to obviously try to leverage some of that experience. But everybody else on the ice here is looking to become a BC U21 champion for the very first time. And there's something special about that, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a 0-time BC champion. So anytime you can put your name on a trophy in this province, it's a very meaningful thing. It's what everybody plays the game for, and certainly these teams would love to get one of those notches on their belt. That's for sure. So nice start here for Connor Dean in the 6th, lying 2 with the hammer.
We just have to nudge it back here. Like hack?
So interesting.
Do you like hack?
Sure.
Yeah, we just gotta sit right there, or get a roll behind.
Okay.
Listening to Adam talk there, he's prioritizing that we need to get to the they need to get to the nose and roll behind. So they're playing a hack weight. The challenge with playing a hack or a backline weight like this is you may not remove all your opposition stone from play. So with this shot, it's all about rock placement, but it may leave 2 Dean rocks in the rings, and I think Adam's prepared to do that.
Yeah, we saw the last time that, or sorry, I guess 2 times ago that Dean had the hammer in the 3rd end. Fenton was not afraid to leave a lot of Team Dean rocks in play to get theirs in the right spots, and it ended up in a steal. So, so yeah, we've said from the top of the program here, Will, these are 2 teams not afraid to put rocks in play. They both think the game at a very high level, and they're executing at a high level too, which is the important part. It's always nice to think, okay, well, we can leave lots of rocks in play, but you have to be able to execute if you're going to do that, and both these teams have done that so far.
Cleaning right now. I want to go with touch.
It's all there. Easy, easy.
Okay. Just gotta let it sit. Can't really. Okay, attaboy.
Okay. Can you make just hit and stick right there?
Yeah. Play the same shot.
So nice weight from Mac Ellis, but just couldn't quite get it buried behind those center guards.
Same hack weight?
Yeah.
So opportunity here for Sam Husden if he can just get inside of this. Could be Team Fenton lying one buried.
Clean it, yep, yes! Clean, yep, yes!
Alex Duncan-Wu trying to hold this, but it will rack the guard. So it is Team Dean lying 2 with the hammer.
Okay, Sam.
So looking to come right into the rings here and trying not to set up an easy double, but obviously pretty hard to not leave a double right now. So they're looking to just get this one a little bit buried behind the yellow corner guard there, John.
Yep, I think so. Just ideally you're trying to stagger the 3 rocks
5,
here.
Right here. 3, 4. Brennan.
3, 4.
Brennan's rock. It's got to curl a mile.
It's all there right
Curl a
now.
mile.
It's all there.
This looks a little heavy.
Okay.
Well, it's about where they wanted it. Just didn't really curl for them. So
Yeah, not sure I love the grouping of the stones there, but in any case, it was pretty hard to call a guard there when you've got the hammer. It's a little awkward to call a center guard on your own rock. So definitely understand the call there, but it was pretty probable you were going to leave a double or a triple like this.
yeah, the problem is there just wasn't really a great place to put that one other than where they put it. You could have maybe just drawn around the corner guards, but then Fenton just makes a hit and roll and they're out of it. So I didn't mind the call, but yeah, it just didn't curl as much as they wanted it to. So Alex Duncan-Wu with a chance to get rid of at least 2 here. This is curling though. And
The center guard then?
Check
with the
this rock
hammer
on
here.
the button.
Okay, right there. Just edge 4. Yep. Yep.
We get a good look at the time clocks there in the background too. Both these teams with plenty of time left. They of course have 2 timeouts as well. And the coaches can also call the timeouts. If you're maybe a bit of an older curler watching, you may remember from your own junior days, the timeouts used to have to be called from the ice, but that rule was changed in the last decade or so. And so coaches are able to call their own timeouts from behind the glass as well. So
I should clarify, John, they can signal the timeout.
Sorry,
but the
signal,
athletes
that's what I
actually
mean.
call it.
Yes,
they, they can't communicate from behind the glass to the team, but they can signal for a timeout, and then Connor or one of his team members can call it.
Yep.
Sure, yes. I just remember the old days when you and I used to play and, you know, we'd always wonder if the coaches were secretly signaling for a timeout behind the glass or what was going on, you know. Whereas now they're allowed to be a lot more blatant about it.
Exactly.
I really want to stick around here.
Sorry, boys. Just struggling a little bit today. Well, wait. You think 9? Can you get it with 8?
So a little bit of a weight
Or
issue
7
there
good?
from Connor. So
10?
letting
Okay, I
Team
like 10.
Fenton off the hook here a little bit, but again,
If
they'll
we
have
just,
to execute to get off that hook. So a chance to make the double here and have 2 yellow stones in the rings versus 1 Dean blue stone in the rings.
Okay, this way is good then. Just 10. Yeah. I think this is pretty close.
Ten 5.
So Duncan-Wu looking for the double here. And will not quite get it. So that's actually extremely good for Team Dean. Opportunity now to lock.
You like that ice? Just 11, boys.
Rolling it under. Rolling under corners, eh? Yeah. Okay.
Let's make it good.
The nice thing for Team Dean is they can get some real nice separation now between.
Nice and clean. You got it. Just 11. Yep. Clean.
Curl.
I got roll.
Shooter. Whoa!
Out of way.
So a nice roll for Connor, but I do think there will be a double and
No, it's going
the opportunity to lie buried if you're Adam Fenton here.
No, it's going underneath, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The leave there was not ideal, I think, but
I think double.
good conversation here. Just ensuring they want to make the double, not the hit and roll, and I think that's smart. Sure, you're eliminating 2 opposition stones here.
Okay.
And you'll also sit behind that guard, should you do that. Might be a little bit open, but likely would jam then on
Yeah, that's where I put it.
on the back blue with the 12-foot.
You got it.
So big opportunity here for Adam Fenton to get out of this end. They've been chasing Team Dean all end, and crucial shot here, especially because this blue could jam on their yellow at the back. So if they don't make this double,
7.
Exactly.
you're in
Give it
trouble.
scary,
So
hit it
big
too
shot.
Hard
Totally.
way. Hard way.
Big shot here for Adam Fenton.
Well done.
And really well executed. Fantastic shot from Adam Fenton, and is now them lying 1 buried without hammer, and the smile tells the story there. Fantastic throw.
And the great thing about Adam Fenton is you seem to get that smile whether it's a make or a miss. His emotions are pretty positive most of the time, so it's always easier to smile when you're making those great shots. But last couple games been watching.
What do you like? Okay. Right there.
Okay. Okay. Nice and clean. Yep.
So electing to freeze here.
To clarify, this is athlete Josh Mickey, not Brian Mickey throwing there, but I thought I'd take a chance,
3, 4.
opportunity
Room
there
right
to
now.
point that out for some fun.
4.
Yeah, that's actually a new rule they have as well at the junior level. Your coach is allowed to throw 1 rock, so they elect
Where are we? Yep, right here.
take a stab at it.
Yep. Yes, hard!
Nice shot.
Really good shot from Josh Mickey, but I think the thing here for Adam Fenton is as long as you can lie second shot, I don't know that there's a whole lot that Team Dean can do to prevent you from.
You said it, John. Yeah. If you happen to miss here, Team Dean will have a chance for 3. So I think that's why you saw
I think we could
Josh throw that freeze. He wants to give himself a chance maybe to score multiple points still. But absolutely, if Team Fenton can sit 2 here, it's going to be a nice force. Looking at maybe opting to even freeze as well. The risk there might be that you set up some sort of double on your 2 yellows by grouping them. Just looking at both options here, so whether they're going to go in front of this blue or behind this blue was basically the conversation there, I think, John.
Yep. Yeah, I think, either is fine. You can either lie second shot. Oh, and there's the timeout. Yeah, so
hit and roll. I think it's there.
I agree with maybe Brad Fenton calling this timeout. I'm
It's
guessing he's maybe going to tell them just to lie 2
It's
somewhere.
like edge plus like a tiny bit.
I would never hit it. Sam Husden is talking about hitting it. I would never do that in a million years. That's the only way you're giving up 3, probably.
I liked their initial call to go around the 2 of them. That's pretty likely not to leave a double, as long as you don't leave it in front of the T line. So I mean, it's but we'll see what Coach Brad has to say here.
Okay.
Brian Mickey is coach coming out for Team Dean.
So guard on this side.
both these coaches, I should point out to you for those watching, they spend a tremendous amount of time on the ice with their athletes. So these guys all play in men's leagues, and those coaches are out there on the ice, coaching them not only from behind the glass, but out there on the ice. And so it's a really good example of coaches who are still involved with their teams, not only coaching and guiding, but also out there while they're playing in their men's leagues and stuff. Teaching them as they're competing on the ice. So I think it has real benefits to having both those types of coaching on a team.
A little bit less than that, just a little less, Alex.
So Brad Fenton telling them to guard here, which is fine if you make it. I mean, I'm still sort of partial to trying to lie to somewhere, but I think, you know, if you make the guard, you're still likely forcing Josh Mickey into a draw for one.
Yeah, the advantage of the guard here, I think, from a difficulty standpoint, is it's less precise than the draw. So the guard here, there's a lot of tolerance in terms of the weight, and it's all about the line, whereas that drawing the rings there was a little more precise, I guess.
For sure, yep.
2.
No, nothing wrong with this call, that's for sure.
2 all day.
Well, like you say, if you don't make it, you're giving up 3.
2.
Maybe.
2. 2.
Sam a bit, yeah. It's gotta be 2.
Whoa. 2.
Curl, curl. Yes, curl.
That's good, that's good.
So that'll do the trick for Adam Fenton, I think.
That's there, for sure. Intern? Whoa, wait.
It sounds like it may not have done the trick.
Yeah, it sounds like they
Like
think
10?
that there is a port there.
Okay. You like 10 then?
personally.
10 or 11, what do you want?
Okay.
You like there?
I think so.
And most definitely is a port. A little unknown is where that yellow's going to go. But definitely left the port here, unfortunately for Team Fenton.
Nice fight. Whoa! Yep.
So big shot here for Team Dean. Chance to score 3. Can they get through the port? They will not. So just missing by half an inch. And Team Fenton dodging bullets, Matrix style right there, but they come out with the steal, and they'll take a 4-3 lead into the 7th end. But Team Dean will have the hammer when we come back. You're watching the U21 Men's Championships live from the Comox Valley Curling Club.
Hi, buddy.
Hello, curling fans. Welcome back to continuing coverage of the U21 BC men's final. Team Fenton against Team Dean. John Cullen alongside Will Sutton. And Will, maybe a little bit of a hairy 6th end there for Adam Fenton, but in the end, they steal one, and they're in control here up 4-3.
Yeah, absolutely, John. I think guarding has been the story of the game for Team Fenton. In addition to making some nice last rocks, but they've been guarding for their lives in a couple of ends and got let off the hook there a little bit by Josh Mickey over curling, and then here let off the hook a little bit by Brennan Moore coming into the rings with the corner guard he was asked to throw. So early on here in the 7th end at is Team Fenton sitting 1, and however they just nosed the rock, so left another corner guard for Team Dean there.
Line's good.
Josh's.
Got a curl a mile. Okay, good spot, bud.
So the reason they throw the corner guard there is that in the 5 rock rule, Team Fenton would actually be able to peel out their own guard there. They would have been able to rip that corner off. And so we see Team Dean guard it just to prevent them from doing it.
Really good. It's really good, guys.
Wide. Just wide. It's wide.
Just clean.
It's wide.
Just clean.
It's wide. It's wide.
Good call from Adam early in this end. Without last rock, wanting to ensure play comes to the middle, so he'll
Line's really good.
guard this rock on the center line, and
It's coming up.
you'll likely see Team Dean try to make a double here in a moment to try to bring play back over to the wings. So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
I'm seeing like 9.
Nice and clean. You got it, bud.
Intern.
So as you said, Will, just trying to chase the double, and ideally Mac Ellis would get a roll here as well.
Oh, 10. Curl.
Yep.
Curl.
Curl.
Hard curl. That's right.
And Mac will stick it, so it is still Team Fenton lying 1 without hammer here in the 7th.
Or do you like coming around here?
I think it's smart to probably make a play into the rings here. It's kind of awkward without last rock throwing a corner guard on second stones.
Just up there.
Do you like it?
But that is the call
I
here.
think the draw is better though.
I
think you're
agree,
right.
Adam. Yep, the draw is
Yeah.
better, my
Yeah,
my friend.
Bars and get a bigger
I think that's
Yep.
great.
Yeah,
Yes,
you throw the
nudge and
corner
roll,
guard,
that's
and
the
actually Team Dean likely ignores everything and
That's
comes
the
around
shot.
the other
Nudge
corner
and
guard.
roll,
So,
or just come here.
So just back.
yeah,
No,
this is the
just
right
come
call for
here.
sure. That's one thing I think we've seen too, and you tend to see this at the U21 level, Will, is sometimes the initial call that's made, you know, eventually they come to the right decision. You know, it's still these teams
Hair more,
trying to
guys,
figure
hair more.
out how to
Hair
play
more.
the game at this level, and
Whoa!
If
Looks a
it's
lot more.
bumping, we gotta go.
Looks a lot more.
you see it quite often where you have these teams that, you know, it sometimes takes an extra 20 seconds of processing, but they end up getting to the right call, and I think that's the important thing.
Wesley.
Yeah, one of the things these teams spend a lot of time on, and it's one of the most important things you do need to spend time on is having a decision-making process. And like you say, John, going through the options based on the when we were juniors, they called it FESRA, but there's different terms now. But based on the score, based on the end, what's the appropriate call? And there's only so many calls that are out there. So in this sport, through experience, we can really start to know what the right call is, and it's great to see these teams going through that process out there. And I think they both do have a decision-making process. But like you say, sometimes you need to take that extra 20 seconds to go, what are all the options, and now what's the best option based on the score, based on the person throwing the shot, based on the ice conditions, and all those other elements that go into it.
Do it, you got it. Whoa.
So nice shot there from Mac Ellis, getting rid of one of the yellows in the rings and keeping his shooter around.
Do you like hitting and sticking here, or do you want to try big roll? Huh? If it is, it's up to you. We can guard.
I like the hit.
Do you like that? Do you like that?
Well, if you hit, they're going to hit and roll in the center and hide.
So
right?
this is a really good example. You
think this
can
is better
guard
though.
here, but based on the scoreboard,
Yeah, I like that.
you don't need
I
to
like
take
this
that
better though.
risk. And so that was the decision-making process in action here. Adam saying you can guard, and then the rest of the team's going, yes, but you know, there's some risk to that if we don't make the guard, and so they're going to smartly play the hit here.
Yeah, I think if you're Team Fenton and you can find a way to force Team Dean here, it's a tie game, and you have the hammer in the all-important 8th end. So, yeah, I
Bingo.
think this is the right call for sure.
Hard roll.
Really good shot, bud.
And a nice shot made by Alex Duncan-Wu there.
Okay.
But an opportunity here for Connor Dean to make a hit and roll behind that pile of corner guards.
Close. Yep. Clean.
Hard!
Yep. To it, buddy. Hold it out. Hold it out. Hold it out. Hold it out.
So he doesn't get the roll, but will make the straight double. So nice shot there from Connor Dean.
And the good news for
You're gonna be above the tee.
for
on
Team
this.
Dean is now
Yeah, I
Team
like that
Fenton
a
is
lot.
hitting and rolling behind a
Yo,
corner
this turn,
guard.
this turn.
So the likelihood of you giving up
Okay.
a steal is greatly diminished by making that shot. So hit and roll would have been great, but the nice thing about the shot being made there is the likelihood of a steal is pretty much out the window unless you miss your last one.
Yep.
Hard step.
Hard roll. Hard.
So Alex Duncan-Wu just coming a
probably.
little short of the roll. So huge opportunity here for Connor Dean if he can make this roll behind the corner guards. A 2 would be very alive here.
You got it.
Nice and clean.
10-5, love it. 10-5. Yes.
Really good shot
Very
from
nice.
Connor Dean. So forcing Adam Fenton to play a run back on this this guard out in the sticks here. Not an easy shot.
Right there. Yep.
Yeah. You can almost nose it.
And the thing here for Adam Fenton is if he ever misses
Sticking here
this,
would be perfect.
it's
Yeah, we want to
really good, really good chance for 3 here for Team Dean. So big shot here.
Exactly. Even if he even if the yellow he's running back rolls out, it's a really nice chance for Team Dean to go around the guard. So important that the yellow rock being run back stays in the rings here. Not only makes the run back, but doesn't roll out.
Just 9.
Oh boy. Well, he got a little lucky that I think his yellow is out counting that blue.
Intern?
That was just down weight. Do you think that was good?
You like there?
But a big opportunity here for Team Dean.
Just a quarter rock and roll, eh? Okay.
So I think the call here is to split this blue one and lie 3 when it's all said and done.
And a wise call, I think. I mean, at the moment, that blue rock, even though it's your own, it is taking away access to the button in the forefoot, and you have last rock. So it's always nice to have that forefoot being wide open for your last one. So
5-6.
nice chance here to split and open up the forefoot a little bit.
Go. Yeah, goalie.
Looking to keep it straight here, and really nice execution
Okay.
to lie 3.
Nice shot from Josh Mickey. So it's Team Dean lying 3 with hammer, but I do think the triple might be there for Team Fenton.
Oh no, I think it'll get it. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure it'll get it. Right here. Fine, then right there. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. We might just kick it over. I think it's there, Alex. I really do. I think we just gotta hit it right there. And I think it goes. I think 7 right there.
So 7 is the hog-to-hog time he's trying to throw. So we've seen it all week. Adam has no problem throwing these high, hard ones, and it's throws them nice and straight generally.
Oh, rip.
Gotta make at least 2 go, right?
Yeah, if we get rid of 2, that's the main thing, right?
They're saying all the right things here.
7.
So final stone for Adam Fenton, facing 3 without hammer. Wants to make at least 2 of them go away.
Sam! Whoa! Sam!
And he will get 2 of them. So the triple might not have been there. I think he hit it pretty close to where he wanted to.
Yeah, it was
but
close.
Yeah, nice
really
throw.
Good try.
Nice try.
Not bad.
That was really close.
And like he said, he got the double. So,
But
he is pretty sure it was there. So good attitude there from the skipper.
So nice shot, but nice opportunity here for Team Dean.
Right to T-line, boys.
Draw a piece of the 8-foot for 2.
Yeah. 2-3 feet more than you.
And take the lead for the first time.
It's close.
With the position
all the
of
way
that
back in
yellow
the first
rock.
end.
Yeah.
Sorry.
With the position of that, no worries, John. With the position of that yellow rock, it does force Team Dean to go a little further out here, but should know the speed pretty nicely here. It's been around 15 all week, so.
Right on. 5, 6. Real nice, real nice. Real nice. Right on T.
Curling now.
Not sitting
Really
yet.
curling. Really curling, yes!
Okay.
Nice shot from Josh Mickey, makes no mistake. So Team Dean will take the lead into the 8th. Little fist bump from Adam Fenton, and they will have the hammer when we come back. Team Dean leading by 1 in this U21 BC men's final. Hello, folks. Welcome back to continuing coverage of the U21 Men's Provincial Curling Final, live from Courtenay, BC. John Cullen alongside Will Sutton. And Will, a really nice end there from Team Dean to put 2 on the board, and kind of important for Fenton here to have a nice 8th end.
Absolutely, great shot there from Team Dean. we've been watching this ice all week, and the draw speed's been consistent at that nice 15 seconds, and the curl's been late, and we saw that there with the way that one finished. So it's a really nice late break point, finishes lots, and Team Dean really showed they had a good handle on the ice conditions there. So hats off to Gord and his crew, including Bob Burns, the assistant ice maker, for making these great conditions this week. And hats off to Josh and the team for seeming to have a handle on it.
You like this way, but yeah, I think this is good.
So good setup here for Team Fenton. You know, we talk a lot about the 8th end being crucial, and if you have the hammer and your Team Fenton, you're just looking to score here. Obviously, you'd love to score a multiple, but even just scoring one and keeping the 2 hammers to 1 advantage into the 10th is important.
A little bit soft with the release there, it looked like, and unfortunately not able to remove this rock, so it'll come back. So that's one where, you know, sometimes we think, oh, the tolerance is to hit the guard, but obviously with the free guard zone there, the tolerance of that shot's actually to flash everything, and it's kind of weird to think about that. But that one's just a little bit of being on the wrong side of it. Looked like a release issue for Wesley.
Yeah, they called the sweepers on right away. Looked like he might have got a little snug on that release, so does hit that guard, and
Want to go?
Go then.
opportunity here for
line.
Mac Ellis to
Hard
put some pressure
line.
on.
Line's good. Line's perfect. Right here. Curl. Off.
Just 2, 2, 3. 2, 2, 2. Okay. That's fine.
So nice guard there from Mac Ellis. And of course, we will have the coverage of the ladies final later this afternoon as well, right
Let's
here
do
on
that.
Curl BC TV and
What's the shot?
CBCSports.ca.
What's the shot?
It'll be Gracelyn
double
Richards
peel.
up against Holly Halfley in the final. Of course, Gracelyn's home club is this
Yeah, 3
Comox
quarters.
Valley Curling Club. Holly Halfley from Kamloops, so should be a great battle this afternoon, and that'll be at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Myself and Will will be back here with all the coverage of that one for you.
Never.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, yep, a
Smart
little
call
bit
here.
across the top.
Got a little fortunate to make it that way, but
Good shot, Sam.
early on in this end, looking to make sure things don't get too complicated. So Team Fenton playing the double
Just
peel
a
there.
listen?
No, it
Like
just
the call.
falls. It falls.
Yeah.
With the weight, it's going to fall.
Yeah.
Sam just saying to Adam that when you bring the peel weight up there a little bit there, it
Hair's
falls.
off.
And, so it might just be a little bit release sensitive in that spot.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen a key jam from Team Dean really put Team Fenton in a good position.
I like it. Just hit
So
and stick,
opportunity
Sam.
here now for Fenton to lie 2 with hammer.
Just air roll this way. You'll be. I like getting stick. You'll be second. You'll be second. You just can't roll this way. Just 10.
So we come back to that decision-making process, and you heard them. They said we could draw around that one, but really good job by these guys here to come to the right call here and eliminate this rock and sit 2.
Wesley. Stick.
Would love for this one to stick around.
Stick, baby.
And it won't. So that's a big miss from Sam Husden.
It's okay, Sam.
This
It's
will
just a little on release. But
allow Team Dean now to lie 2 without hammer, and not really a path for Team Fenton to score 2 now.
Yeah, really nice situation for Team Dean, up 1. So a force here would be ideal, or even a blank is great if you're Team Dean.
I think it might be.
Something's
Good.
under it. Something's under it. Clean.
Something's under it.
Something's under it. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Whoa.
Oh, straight, straight, straight. Shoot it, come on.
Come back, come back, come back, come back. Attaboy.
So didn't get quite the roll they wanted to.
Just jumped hard.
Roll behind that blue one as like a de facto corner guard.
That one's in. I think
I
you can make this. That's a tough shot, but you got it.
think we need to.
You got it.
So I think what Adam's thinking here is he's going to take a point, even if he's going to get forced here. He's not going to try to blank this end. So try to somehow create a 2-point off
Back line.
is the reason for the call of
It
the
could come
freeze
down.
here. But like you
Whoa.
said, John, there was a couple other
Could come
options.
down.
But I think this.
Ever.
Oh, it's so much.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So much. So straight here, guys.
I think it's sticking. Stick, please.
We're still 1-2. Yeah, I think we have to.
It's too straight there to be.
Yeah, I guess.
That's
trying
okay,
to
Alex.
accomplish.
Freeze is a
Close.
tricky call because it's a hard shot, and it also,
Yep.
even if you make it, Team Dean probably blasts. And like you said, Will, you maybe don't want to blank anyway, so. I didn't mind hitting either way, but I think you can hit the top one and roll in front of that blue one and hope you maybe get a jam, or hit the back blue one and roll behind that blue as like a corner guard.
I'd say even just edge forward.
Yeah, the freeze is great if you make it, but like you say, it's just a very precise shot.
It's closer.
Yeah, with where that blue rock is, the freeze has to be right on the nose of it. It's got to be completely married to the
West?
rock.
Where's it, West? Line's great.
So it's
Look
just a little
up.
low percentage for me.
Okay, needs to curl a hair. No, line's great. Line, yep, Sam, yep, curl if you can.
Oh, burned it. No, what? I didn't burn it there. I burned it right here.
When it passes the hog line, we get the choice of whether it's
Yeah.
pulled out of play or whether it's. We'll take that.
What the fuck?
Okay.
What do you like, Josh?
Since when?
What'd you say?
Front are going over to the other side.
Right there?
One or the other.
So I think it was a burned rock there from
I see here.
Team Fenton.
I like that.
So it got pulled off.
Actually, that's pretty good. I just don't
The
want him to freeze
non-offending
here.
team gets to choose
I don't
what
mind
happens
here.
there when it's burned after the hog line like that. So rightfully removing it from play based on the rules.
Time.
So we get a good replay there. As we see Team Dean about to take their first time out. So we'll hear from Brian Mickey for the first time here, former world champion.
Here. Right here. He makes the nose double.
Yeah.
Yo, Brandon.
What's our objective? Of course. If you're forcing, well then throwing that up there is not good.
Okay.
Where would you like to be? Maybe
Is there any way of getting a steal here?
there is, but then it's behind the tee line, right? So right now,
Yeah.
I think I'd even place it tee
Edge
line,
8.
biting the edge.
Just to where he can't roll.
Yeah, exactly.
be shot.
right? So
Yeah,
I
right
just
there.
want to be clear on our objectives.
Okay.
What is it? If you're doing that, there's lots of room that he's going to make the double and get out at the end. And if your objective is to force, and if we get a cheap steal, that's okay too. But you got to be somewhere. You got to hit rings.
Okay.
That way. So ideally, if you're going to put a spot, it'd be on the tee line.
Yeah.
Or even
there.
even there, yeah. Because if he tries to roll this way, this one's going to count this shooter here.
Okay. Sounds good. I like
Keep
it.
it up. You guys are in control now. You guys are in control.
Okay.
I really like the approach Brian took there. He gave the team the chance to tell him what their objective was and own it. But at the end of the day, he got involved and gave them a process to take for the next shot. So he definitely made use of the timeout for future calls. So always look at what your objective is when you're making the call. He gave the team a chance to come to the decision themselves, and at the end of the day, he helped them make the decision. So I thought that was a good timeout.
Really good timeout. Yeah, absolutely. As you could see, I like the point from Brian where he said, if you could maybe steal here, but if you're guarding that rock, it's behind the tee line. So you throw a guard, you maybe don't make the guard perfectly, and then they come around, they freeze on it behind a guard, and now all of a sudden you're giving up 2. So if your objective is to force, then this is the right call. And yeah, I agree with you, Will. Just a great timeout.
Hard, boys. Hard, all you got. Hard, Brennan, dig. Hard, buddy, all you got. Hard, fully.
And that'll work just fine for Josh Mickey, but opportunities here for Team Fenton to hit and roll behind either of these blue stones and maybe leave Josh a tough one on his last.
If you're positive and you're not dropping your knee, I love it. Okay.
Yeah, we can get second as well. I think this is better.
It's nice to see they're calling the hit and roll here. Another option obviously would be that freeze that he was calling earlier in the end, but not only is it super precise, it keeps your scoring area fairly small if you make it, even if you make it really well. So I like this call to play the hit and roll.
Yeah.
Open up your scoring area is the main thing, but maybe even score a cheap deuce, as they say, by making a good hit and roll here.
Even if we show him half.
Yeah, that's Josh Mickey would have loved that rock to be around the tee line so that Adam Fenton wouldn't have this option, because then hit and rolling behind this blue stone, the blue stone on the other side of the house would be out counting it. So little opportunity here for Adam Fenton.
Yep.
And just got caught in between the rolls there, so opportunity here. If Josh Mickey can make that roll, Adam Fenton's going to be drawing to the button for one.
Sorry? I'd rather roll out than hit it nose. I just don't want to give him the same shot, eh?
Okay, okay. This is the same spot as you're through the port, so it should be close.
So Brennan Moore telling Connor that he'd prefer to see this rock not stay there and leave Adam Fenton a nose hit for his next one. So they want to make Adam draw based on what Brennan Moore said there. So they're going to be pretty aggressive here to try to make this hit and roll. And if it happens to roll out on the inside, that's fine too.
Good 10.
Yeah, really no bad result here if you're Josh Mickey, other than a complete miss. So
Go back.
Hard, Mac, hard.
Anything.
Okay.
and they don't quite get that roll, but they are lying 3 without hammer. So Adam Fenton going to need to make a hit and stick here.
Same thing, boys.
Just 2 different throws from the one that you threw there before, so.
Same thing.
Exactly.
So big final stone here, not easy for Adam Fenton, facing 3. Needs a hit and stick to tie this up.
Just clean it, Sam. Sam, a little bit.
Nice shot.
So nice shot there from Adam Fenton. They recover from that burned rock and put 1 point on the board, so it will be 5-5. Team Dean will have the hammer when we come back with 9th end action from the U21 BC Men's Final. Hello, curling fans. Welcome back. Continuing coverage of the U21 BC men's final. Connor Dean up against Adam Fenton, and you can see the scoreboard in your background right there. 5-5. Been a fantastic game so far from these two great junior teams. A back and forth battle, and Team Fenton forced to one in the 8th, but we'll look to have a strong 9th here. Maybe do the same to Dean and try to get 2 coming home for the win.
It's good, it's good. It's good. Cool. Let it sit, let it sit, let it sit. Come on, come on. Good throw.
So we can see here Fenton. Yeah, great throw there from Wesley Wu. Great pair. We don't always see 2 center guards, but usually in the 9th end you will see that from as they're looking to force their opponent. Brennan Moore trying a tick here.
Hard. Whoa.
And he will make it very nicely.
That's fine, I guess.
So good shot.
Or just come around.
Oh, hey, Sam. Right there.
Touch less.
So the nice thing about that shot for Team Dean is after this rock's thrown, they can peel. So really important this rock's placed well,
Line's good.
as the center guard will likely be removed after this is called.
Okay, hard Wesley in. Wesley always in. Hard line. Okay, line's good. Line's good.
Alex.
Never needs to. Alex, a little bit.
Alex.
Straight if you can. Or no. Just keep on
Get
going.
it full
Keep on
eight.
going.
Get
Just
it full eight.
Go. That's okay, Sam. That's good.
Not a bad shot from Sam Husden there. A little lighter than they would have liked, but as predicted, we'll see Team Dean peel this center guard. I think, Will, if you're Team Dean here, you're happy to either blank or get 2. You just don't want to be forced to 1 here.
Exactly, and if you're Team Fenton, I think you want to try to keep play towards the middle as long as you can, but you'll likely need to play around your corner guards at some point this end. The scary part is if you do that too early, you might give up more than 1 to your opposition. So you're going to see Team Fenton try to keep play towards the middle here as long as they can, I think.
Yeah, we saw this exact scenario yesterday with Team Fenton. They had the hammer, so the roles were reversed, but they got 2 in the 9th, and then they were able to hold Team Kent to a single point in the 10th, and so they won.
Yep, come on. Alex,
And so I think, you know, with this new 5-rock rule and people paying attention to the scoreboards, Will, I think sometimes the team with hammer in this situation tries a little too hard for a blank, and they don't understand, like, getting 2 here is a pretty good situation. And so I think, you know, that's an important thing to keep in mind for Team Dean as well.
Exactly. The analytics show that 2 and 9 here is still very good, and going up to playing 10 without hammer, the odds are you're going to win that game the majority of the time. The odds are very good you're going to win that game. So exactly, John. I think sometimes people get a little too wrapped up in the blank, but we'll see how the end plays out here. And the main thing is, though, for any team, is that you have a plan at the start of the end that supports the scoreboard, and you stick with that plan unless it's not going well, and you bail if it is not going well.
So yeah, we see a little bit of an unfortunate error there from Mac Ellis as he takes off his own corner guard, which leaves their blue exposed. So we see Team Fenton coming back to the middle again, but we may on Alex's next one see them hit that blue one if Connor Dean decides to peel this center.
2. Oh, I don't think so.
That's great.
So nice shot from Alex Duncan-Wu, and we will see Connor Dean peel here.
And you might wonder, why doesn't he run this back? Well, the reason he doesn't run this back is if you make the run back, you're still leaving a center guard, and you might jam it. So this is one of those moments where Team Dean is keeping it simple.
So yeah, I think if you're Team Fenton, you probably think about playing the hit here. I'm a little surprised they're immediately going to the center guard. There's not an easy double on those two rocks, and if you can force here, that's your goal. You're not shot rock. So I'm a little surprised to see them guard here, but...
Three.
Yeah, the trouble with
Almost
the hit now would be that Team
Bump
Dean
it.
has 3 chances to make a double and get out of the end, and obviously a blank is the worst case scenario for Team Fenton.
I think we're
So
right to it. I think we're touching
I
it.
understand the call here, but like you said, John, it's not setting up for a steal, so...
Okay.
So a little deep there from Alex Duncan Wu, and now an opportunity here for Team Dean to get rid of both of those and lie too.
As Connor's throwing this rock, a big thank you to the chief umpire, Phil McKenzie, and all the officials from Vancouver Island who have come to this event. I saw Kathy McKenzie from Victoria there, so I'm sure there's people from all over the southern Vancouver Island, central and northern Island who are timing and
To it, buddy.
umpiring to make
To
this
it.
event a success.
I'll
So
follow
thanks
it.
to Phil and his team for all the work they did this week in the Valley.
Yes, being an umpire often a thankless job, and Phil and his whole crew doing an awesome
running
job
backs?
here for the juniors.
I like that. Let's play 10 right there.
And so now it is Team
Oh, yeah, right
Dean
there.
sitting 2 with the
Yep.
hammer. And that was
Although this
a
one
little
good,
bit of the
so maybe
risk
just
for
go back
Fenton when he
one.
didn't hit on his last one.
That hit and roll behind.
So a roll
And this
here
one
would
we
be
can
huge
adjust
for
it.
them.
Yeah, we have to.
Just 10. So just
If they can
watch
get
it.
behind that center guard, Team Dean can't really run it because then their shooter would be outside of the house. So big shot here for Adam Fenton. Needs a roll.
Wesley.
Is it close?
And it does roll, but the opposite way that they wanted to. And Team Dean now has probably the option of whether they want to score 2 or really get aggressive for the blank here. They could peel out their own, but I like this
Was I
call.
tight and I try to fit it
Lie
out?
2.
Left side? Okay. Yeah.
I agree, John.
It felt like I was doing that when I was narrow.
Basically, if they played the peel of their own, they're looked at coming tied up, coming home with the hammer. This way, getting 2 potentially. Team Fenton still needs to score 2 to get to go to that extra end where Team Dean will have the hammer. So I think a smart call here to try to score the 2 and 9.
Mine's hair tight. Right here, boy. 3-4. You're really good. Switch.
Help it. Just help it.
Easy, boys.
Just help it.
Just want to put this one on the T line.
No, you're good.
T-line.
You're good. You're good. Off.
Think so?
Off.
Think so?
Yep. Okay.
Nice spot from Josh Mickey. And so same shot here for Adam Fenton. Again, if he can't make the roll, then
Same
it'll
weight,
be
same
it'll be a score of 2 for Team Dean. So big shot here.
Yeah, nice shot from Josh. I mean, they could have gone to a smaller area of the rings and made this shot even more difficult. But at the end of the day, it's a 3.5-foot hit and roll behind 1 stone. So we call these less than 50% shots. You know, he's going to make the hit, but he's probably not going to make the roll. So overall, really well placed by Team Dean. But chance for Team Fenton here to still make a hit and roll and potentially force.
Dead. Clean.
Whoa.
We got to roll big.
Wes.
Any roll.
Hard.
Any roll.
And that will just find the nose. So it'll be an open hit for Josh Mickey to take a 2-point lead into the 10th here in the BC Junior Men's Final.
Yep. You like that ice there?
So final stone, Josh Mickey needs a hit and stick to take the all-important 2-point lead into the 10th.
Girl! Please. Please.
11-5.
And Josh will make no mistake, so it will be a 7-5 lead for Team Dean over Team Fenton into the 10th. But Team Fenton will have the hammer. We'll see if they can manage to pull it out. Thrilling conclusion on the way when we come back. You're watching the BC Junior Curling Championships live on Curl BC TV and cbcsports.ca. Hello, curling fans. Welcome back. This is the 10th end of the BC U21 men's final. Connor Dean against Adam Fenton. And Dean has a 7-5 lead here in this crucial 10th. John Cullen alongside Will Sutton. And Will really loved the way that Team Dean played that 9th end. Didn't rush it, didn't force the two, just let it come to them and put themselves in a great position to win this game.
Totally agree with the approach that Team Dean took there. Was a great end, and I was a little surprised Team Fenton didn't play the hit on thirds last to sit to and force Team Dean to make a double to get the blank. And I think that what might be the reason we see the deuce on the scoreboard. But overall, reasonably well played end by both teams there, and Team Dean just executing in the end to get the deuce.
I think we got to do this.
So we're seeing a second corner guard thrown for Adam Fenton. As we said earlier in the broadcast, both of these teams will be going to the national championships in Stratford, Ontario at the end of March. BC lucky to have 2 berths in that national championship due to none of it not submitting an entry. But they're battling to see... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, John. We saw yesterday a team go in the rings in this circumstance, and then the rock stays a little open. And the opposition can just play a takeout. So really important here to make use of the 5 rock free guard zone and put up 2 corners here. Whether it's on the same side or different sides, that's unfortunate. Whether it's on the same side or different sides, really important to make use of the 5 rock free guard zone there and throw the 2 corners. Unfortunately there for Wesley with the
You guys like this?
hog rock.
Yeah, let's go through.
Yeah, tricky situation now for Team Fenton with that unfortunate error from Wesley Wu. So yeah, as I was saying, these teams doing battle for the provincial banner, the right to lift the trophy and be BC 1 at the national championships. Obviously means a lot, even though both these teams know that they're going to nationals. And so now Team Fenton going to have to get a little creative, I think.
Only needing 2, so they've got a corner guard up, and they've got a couple blues in a pretty threatening spot. So I don't think you need to play a takeout here, but it may be smart just to move some granite around, or you could still throw another guard. It's early enough and there's nothing wrong with another guard. Ball. Based on only needing to score 2 this end, you know, just change these angles a little bit. Josh might walk up and peel that corner guard in a moment, though, so you do need to be aware of that.
Alex, a little bit. Alex, close. Yep, yep. Yep. How much? Yep, then yes. Yes, yes, yes. Hard. Hard. You got it. Hard. Hard, 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 hard.
So it looked like they were playing a tap back on that blue, just to maybe try and create a pocket on those blues. But I agree with you, Will. I think you don't have to make everything happen right away. You throw another corner guard, let Team Dean peel a little bit. You don't have to bring the play into the house yet, but in any case, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Team Dean here playing a hit to sit 3. Important not to leave bad angles here because it does curl here, so your opposition can use rocks in the front of the house to go around them. Another option here would have been to walk up and peel the corner guard. I believe you could have peeled there, and obviously that would have left an opposition rock in the rings, but really nothing up in front of the house. So not the wrong call there, but just identifying there was another option to peel the corner guard, which could be a problem later on in this end.
Yeah, we can bump I want to keep everything. Yeah.
Those 2 staggered stones in the top of the rings are actually maybe helping Team Fenton later in this end, so don't need to play a takeout right now.
Huh? We can play like back line then.
Yeah, you can see Brad Fenton maybe thinking about calling a timeout here.
Exactly. There's a real good chance to potentially tap that rock that's on the top of the 4-foot and roll behind your corner guard, and then leave 2 staggered opposition stones to go around later. So not ideal to go around opposition stones, but this is one of those key moments in the game where Brad's not probably coming out here to influence a lot of shots. He's coming out here to influence this end by making a strategical change here, or tactical change to the way they approach this shot.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Will. Those 2 blues at the top of the house are helping you. By moving them around, you're actually doing Team Dean a favor. So we'll listen in and see what Brad says here, but I think he's likely going to agree with us.
Yeah. Even if we're second, actually. Even if we're back 8, that's okay.
But we got to be definitely out counting those top 2.
Yeah, we got to get lost.
But if we can get around a shot, then we're good, right?
And then let's just try bumps and taps and all that.
Yeah, we're looking for 2, right?
Yep, 2.
If we ever had a 3 ball, I would take it, but I'm not sure if a 3 ball's going to happen.
No.
But let's work for a 2. Right?
Work for 2. Let's go.
Those 2 top ones are guards for us, right?
Yes.
Right? And we're going to draw around the intern around those blue ones.
Okay.
Let's do it, Sam.
Okay. And we want to get shot rock.
Shot.
You've got a corner guard at some point.
That we can draw around, and we could get shot even.
Yeah. Okay.
Not shot.
Well, like out of those 2, I mean.
Is it feeling good?
Yeah, he's feeling good.
Okay. Let's make it.
If we have a chance, we go.
All right. Combate.
Let's go.
So yeah, we heard Brad say exactly what you and I said, Will, that those 2 blues are essentially a guard. So, you know, you don't need to move those around at the moment. And in fact, I'm guessing they're drawing around everything at the moment to try to get shot.
Yeah, I had seen more of a tap and roll behind your corner, but I like this too. You're going around all 3 of the blues. So as long as they got away from doing anything with those 2 rocks on the top of the 12-foot, I think it was mission accomplished for Brad, and he also was able to talk about what the goal was this end. It's to score 2 and to maybe use that corner guard a little later. So I think Adam has a good understanding of what the next 4 shots need to be.
He needs it for line.
So a good time out there from coach and Dad.
It's close. It's really close. Hey, yep, line. Hard line.
You want to make sure you get around everything here. Got to get by these top 2.
I'll go right through the center.
Just a little light there from Sam Husden, and so now these blues are really starting to stack up in the house here.
I know.
Yeah, so we hear that from Josh Mickey. If you could get rid of the yellow and actually clip your own blues to separate them, it's going to be really difficult for Team Fenton to find it.
I see what you're saying. Kill a stagger. Just peel it. Yeah, okay, nice and clean.
Halfway through this 10th end.
You got a shooter, bud. Yeah. Just make sure. Peel. Yep. Hard. Yep, to it. Hard. To it, you got it.
Just misses jiggling those blues around, but gets rid of that yellow stone, and so Team Fenton will have an opportunity to make the same shot here.
There.
They've taken a little more.
Keep, you know it.
Sam, so expect Alex to be real close on this one.
Clean.
Looks close. I don't think it's that
Yep,
late.
yep.
I think it's really close.
Yep.
Only for line.
Line only.
Just clean.
It's really close. 8. Whoa, it's
Whoa,
hot.
Whoa.
It's gotta grind.
If
It's gotta
heavy,
grind.
Whoa. Sick.
Need this one to count somewhere in the rings.
Hard. Come on, buddy, go hard. All you got, hard.
And unfortunately for Alex Duncan-Wu, he's heavy once again, and now Team Dean is in a real good position.
Good try.
It's a tricky spot here for Team Dean. You could peel the corner. You could also peel those top two blues.
I hate that. I don't. They're never playing corner, are they? I don't think they're ever going here. That's the thing. Like, we can almost get 3 blues here, right, and leave 1 right here.
We'll see what Coach Brian has to say, but
Well, then he goes around the corner. Yeah. So we need to leave 2.
We
blues,
saw, we heard Adam say earlier he thought they could outcount that rock in the top 8 foot by going around the corner. So there still is a threat here with that corner guard up there. So I think it might be wise to remove that corner guard, but we'll hear what Brian thinks.
We're stuck. We're stuck.
So we're in that impasse right now. Do I rip the corner? Right?
Yeah, you're
The corner. We get rid of the corner.
Because right now, like, this isn't great for him.
Yep.
But like, there's nothing we can do to make it better for us, and I don't want to just throw through. So I think maybe we just rip the corner.
Well, and you guys just talked your answer, because if we move it around, right?
It
we
could make
unlock
it better for him.
And we accidentally move it, he can hook the corner, right? So
It's almost like a waiting.
this is a waiting move. You guys are absolutely right. So
Okay.
you talked it through on your own, because I don't even want to give the opportunity to, you don't want to rip and all of a sudden he hooks and all of a sudden, because right now, the one that's saving us is Brendan's top one that you guys swept properly. He's going to come around. It's tough, right? Like, he's fighting around. He can get around there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is our own doing, so it's a good lesson to learn right here. So, you know what? In the scheme of things, hey, you know what? You give up a deuce because he can wrap.
5 seconds.
Okay, boys, let's do it. Focus. Let's
Brennan, don't leave me hanging, bro.
My bad, brother.
so good team talk there from Brian Mickey as he alluded to, you know, letting the team kind of make their own decision, and their gut was to rip the corner. And I agree. You know, I think given that you've seen Team Fenton try to come around those staggered guards, the temptation is, oh, maybe we rip those, but then you rip those and all of a sudden the corner guard does come into play. So I think this is the right call. You force Team Fenton to make a difficult come around. And if they make it, like Brian said, you learn a lesson. You're probably giving up 2, but if he doesn't make it, then you're looking really good for the win. So great timeout there, and Connor Dean just going to rip the corner guard here.
Yep, hard. Clean. That was ugly. That was real ugly.
There's no pictures on the scoreboard, Connor. It's okay as long as you throw those ones the way you need to. I think he was just mentioning it wasn't the best throw. He was saying it was ugly.
Thanks.
Okay, hair tight. Yep, a little bit. Hard early.
Oh, we'll see if third time's the charm here for Team Fenton. Just trying to get around these top blues again.
Weight's all there. It's like 8.
And looks looks like Alex Duncan-Wu maybe just got that started a little bit, and now you're in a really tough spot if you're Team Fenton, as it unlocks those 2 blues, and you have to find a way to make both of your last 2 rocks count.
Do you want to throw this then?
What do you want?
Can I ever hurt?
I don't think so, unless you just like wick it.
Just give me tighter ice and let the sweepers work it.
What's the call? Which side?
So what they're talking about here, the perfect shot is to actually lose your top blue one as well. So they were just debating. You obviously have to make sure you get rid of the yellow one. That's job 1. But if you can ever find a way to poke that blue out of the house as well, that would be your absolute dream shot. So
Clean, whoa. Clean. Clean, yep. Yep. Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean. Yep. Yep.
Roll it.
Out.
and Josh Mickey makes no mistake. Great shot there. And so now Adam Fenton going to have to try and draw around 2 rocks in the 4-foot. Not an easy task.
Yeah, I think right there.
Okay.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's going to curl that much?
Even if it's light and we just sit on top, that's not bad. But I like that.
You think it's going to curl that much?
I think so.
Got to be at least second try here, right?
Just a hair less.
The challenge with if your second shot, John, I'm not sure you'll ever be able to make that double on the front and save your shooter. So I think it's important here, as tough a shot as it is, that this rock be in the 4-foot.
Looks like 7-8 to me.
Adam Fenton's been pretty dialed in to draw weight all game. He's going to really need to be dialed in
7-8.
here.
Hard! Come on, Wesley! Hard, Wesley! Hard!
Got to get it around those 2 blues.
No hard line!
And they will not. So it is going to be an open hit for Josh Mickey to secure his second and the team's first U21 men's provincial title.
I think we could have sucked it to nose, maybe.
Yeah.
Last time around, Josh was sweeping a rock like this, and now he's going to be throwing the last stone in his
Actually, do
big
you like the
moment
out?
here. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah, I'll just tight ice for the end. You got her, bud. Yeah, just good clean throw. You got her.
Nice and clean, Josh. You got it.
So final stone here for Josh Mickey, and it could be the winning one. Just needs to make this yellow stone go away.
Clean. 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 Clean right to it. Clean right to it.
I'm never off, fellas. Don't worry.
They keep it clean, and that's a win for Connor Dean. Fantastic final. 7-5 winners. Team Dean.
Congrats, buddy. See you there.
Good game, Sam. See you guys soon. Good game, Max.
What a moment for
What a
these
game,
guys.
John.
Their first U21 men's provincial title. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to hear from the winning skip, Connor Dean, when we come back. You're watching the BC Provincial Final live from Courtney. Hello, curling fans. Welcome back. Continuing coverage of the BC U21 Provincial Final. John Cullen, and I'm here with Connor Dean, I think. Connor, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing, John?
Hey, man. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, living the dream.
I was going to say you are now officially the U21 Men's Provincial Champion. How good does that feel?
Yeah, it feels fantastic. You know, the boys played really great, and not much more you can ask for.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to ask, this was sort of an interesting final because you knew no matter what happened in this game, you were going to be able to go to the Nationals. How did that affect your motivation for this final today?
Yeah, we still came out swinging because, and we still want a provincial title no matter what it means to anyone else. To be #1 in the province is pretty cool to do. So still meant a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is a great feeling. And final one for me, you guys did get the chance to go to that special Worlds qualifier back in the fall. You finished 2-3, but all your losses were by 1 point. You obviously played great there. What are some things that you think you maybe need to build on heading into Stratford at the end of March?
Just working on our 50% shots and, capitalizing on other teams' misses and just really executing to how we really can when we play. And if we can do that, we're going to do well.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Connor. Congratulations again on your provincial title. Fantastic job, my friend. Go enjoy it with the team.
Yeah, thanks, John.
All right, so here we go. We see Connor Dean getting a fun, that's a nice slide to take over across all the sheets to get to lift the trophy here. Connor Dean, Josh Mickey, Mac Ellis, Brennan Moore, and then coaches Brian Mickey and Greg Dean, your U21 Provincial Men's Champions. We get a nice look at the boys there. They will head off to Stereo at the end. Gentlemen, right there. We'll be back in a couple hours with the ladies' final. We'll see whether Team Halfley or Team Richards will get to hoist that trophy themselves. We'll see you back here at 2 p.m. Pacific. For Will Sutton and everyone here on the crew, I'm John Cullen. We'll see you back here very soon. Goodbye.